I was talking with a student the other day about scores that we should expect when we go to horse shows and what scores should we look at for moving up to the next level. So one of the things that we all talk about is whatever level you're competing at, you should be schooling 2 levels higher at home. That may be only like the walk work you're able to do 2 levels higher, and maybe the trot and the canter you can do some of the elements 1 level higher. But you don't want to go to a horse show and compete with things that are still new to you, things that you're still learning and experimenting with. So if your horse can leg yield at home, do a tiny bit of counter canter, you're still going to be in training level. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So what we want to think about is when you do go to a horse show, I like to look at what the qualifying scores are at that level for my division, what the qualifying scores would be to go to the regional championship. So for me, for example, a qualifying score is 60%. So if I can't break a 60% 3 out of 4 rides, then I'm not ready to move up to the next level. If half the judges or half my rides, I can't break that 60% barrier, then there are things that we're still struggling with performing when we're not at home. If I'm breaking that 60% every single time I go to a horse show, then I am going to feel really comfortable moving up to the next level. So my goal is always that every ride, I'm going to get a qualifying score in my division at my level before I consider moving up to the next level. I do the same thing with the national championships. If our minimum requirement is 70% and we have to have X amount of scores, I want to know that I'm breaking 70% every time I do that test, or I'm not going to spend the money to travel halfway across the country and compete with that horse. So I think that's an easy way to kind of get a baseline of where I'm at. You have multiple judges, you have different venues that you're going to, and you want to feel that you have some consistency before you move up into the next level, and that the next level shouldn't feel like you're reinventing the wheel to get there. It should feel like a very natural progression to go in and try that test. Something I'll even do if I've done training level test 2 and training level test 3, and I'm getting my qualifying scores at that level, and, you know, maybe the horse misses a lead or has a spook, or, you know, I make a big boo-boo and go off course, but the rest of my tests, I'm making qualifying scores. I might try first level test 1 at the next show, but also do training level test 3. So I'm doing a test that I'm comfortable with, that I've shown a proficiency at, and then I'm stepping up 1 test to see if I can handle that in the whole, you know, new venue, judges. I mean, shows have a whole lot of pressure that we put on ourselves, and just it being everything different and new. So I won't just say, now I'm done with training level and I'm going to go to first level. I think that's a little bit too much of an expectation to think you can just leave one level and then jump up to the next one. So I kind of move into it a little slowly. So by the end of the season, I've left training level and I've moved up to first level test 3. And then when either the state championships or the regional championships come around, I'm pretty comfortable at the highest test of the level, which is required at those championship rides. So hopefully that's clear on kind of the method I use for deciding if I'm ready to move a horse up to the next level. Happy riding, everyone.